So, last time the group left off, they just reached the main road that travels east and west through Barovia. After a conclusion of sorts at Argynvostholt, they ended up not really gaining any assistance from the undead that lived there, but at the same time, they managed to get out without some sort of cataclysmic fight. But you do have the Sun Sword in hand, so at least there's that. As you had reached the old Svalak Road, you had noticed a campsite off to one side, and I believe Yoan had hopped down to investigate, only to almost immediately upon entering the woods hear the sound of a multitude of voices just screaming out in pain. Only Yoan heard this. Everyone else, maybe even Yoan through the cacophony of screams, you heard a stranger flagging you down from just inside the woods, probably not more than 10 feet from where Yoan is standing right now. And he just said, "Hail, friends." So, what are you guys doing?
Who are you?
There's a brief rustling of bushes as a dusk elf kind of makes his way out of the bush.
What's a dusk elf?
You've met one of these before. There was the person who had taken refuge in Argynvostholt after being attacked by blights.
Weren't they in like the winery or something?
No.
Or like, well, the wine sale area.
Yeah. He was in the wine. Well, yeah. the area with the casks. Yes.
Okay.
He wasn't the nutter, was he? The one that was like pouring shit into the casks.
I think you've got the locations confused.
Oh, okay. I heard winery. So.
Yeah, no. Argynvostholt, the manor that you just left. You had stumbled across someone who like let himself in there and was kind of in hiding after being attacked by blights out in the woods.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, this one,
Is
dusk
he the
elf.
Same one?
I was just getting there. This dusk elf does not seem to be the same one, though apparently of a friendly sort of bent. And as you look at him,
Rip.
We lost you.
As we look at him, the DM leaves.
Oh, okay.
Still can't hear you.
Now we can.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can't.
I can.
You can't?
I can.
So
can
Becca
you hear me,
should
Becca?
get good.
Talk now, Eric.
La 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 la.
Okay, now I can hear you. Apparently when you disconnected, it decided to mute you on mine.
Yeah, that whole thing was weird. Like, my Discord moved from one screen to another, and yeah, anyway, I'm back. So you look at him, and you see kind of common elvish features, pointy ears, kind of angular facial structure, long black hair kind of swept back, showing a bit of a widow's peak across the forehead.
I remember this because I asked you if it was Miles.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Anyway, that is who you see here. Not Miles.
What brings you to the woods?
I'm venturing out from camp looking for a lost little girl.
I look at Yoan, and I will cast a message and say, "You think he's looking for the orphans?"
I respond no, and can I insight check him to make sure that he is actually looking for orphans? Or the little girl. Gosh.
Sure.
I don't remember if I did this last time. Well,
Seems
I don't
legit.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you don't have any reason to just question the dude's motives right off the bat. Like, he just met you, so.
Nothing in here is what it seems, I think. I'm getting this feeling. But yeah, I respond to Ron that no, I don't.
Where's the little girl that you're looking for from?
My people live in a camp alongside the Vistani outside of Vallaki. A young girl by the name of Arabelle has been kidnapped from the camp by, I think, some of the more feral denizens of the woods.
Is Esmeralda within eyesight of me?
Probably.
I will message her and say, "Is this true? Do you know of this girl?"
Let's see. I mean, this is kind of the equivalent of, oh, you're pick a color here. Do you know this person?
Right. Well, I mean, she is Vistani, so.
Yeah, she is Vistani, but there are multiple, like, Vistani camps and such throughout Barovia, so
I thought
they
she
don't
had
all
said that
know one another.
she knew Madame Eva in that.
Yeah.
Well, they're from the same camp.
Oh,
And bear
It's
in
like,
mind that
oh.
Madame Eva is, yeah, Madame Eva is probably one of the more prominent Vistani
okay.
altogether.
I
mean,
just assumed
she's
they're all
essentially
Vistani.
the head of her camp.
Gotcha. I assumed
But,
that they just knew each other.
Well, that's offensive. Anyway, she doesn't seem familiar with anybody by the name of Arabelle, but I mean, she says it's a good Vistani name for what that's worth.
I'll say, well, do you have, do you have any tracks or anything that you've been following?
Well, I followed the tracks over the river, along the road, and in and out of these woods for the past several miles, venturing out from Vallaki. It would seem that these tracks delve into the woods just, looks like behind your wagon there. And I had stopped to, well, prepare a meal and attend to business. And, well, now here you are.
Am I within, like, range to hear this? Like, is this near the wagon?
Reasonably near the wagon. I'd say probably not more than 20, 30 feet.
Didn't say over the river and through the woods.
I intentionally did not say over the river and through the woods.
Mechanic question.
Yeah.
Would knowing, at least knowing that it's a Vistani named Arabelle,
Mm-hmm.
would that be grounds for me to be able to cast a sending spell? Or what do I need to, what information would I need to know?
Familiar. There's-
Let me look something up real quick.
Says you send a short message of 1d5 words or less to a creature you are familiar with.
I just don't know what you would define as familiar with.
Probably knowing them better than their name.
Okay.
I think at least meeting them once. Or having a conversation or something.
Yeah, I would say you probably need a little more to go off of. I mean, you probably don't need to be like, familiar, like, good friends or anything, but you probably need a bit more than just a name and general idea that it's a Vistani girl.
Okay. Just curious. All right. I'll say, well, would you like some help?
If it's not too much of an inconvenience, you seem to have quite a bit of a group assembled here. I wouldn't want to uh, pull you away from any pressing business.
I want to
Um,
look over at that guy and ask him in his mind, about how old was this girl?
Let's see. Let's see if I have a number.
I just want to say to him that finding a missing girl is important and urgent.
who knows? She could be the one to help us or aid us in saving this whole land. So, one life is definitely worth saving.
Depending on how young this person is, it could be a butt clencher from Alki.
She's probably like preteens.
The two orphans that I saved and inevitably ended up killing, were they of that age or younger?
Um, they were probably a little younger than that.
Okay. Alki relaxes.
I look over to Yoan and say, well, do you see any tracks from where you are, Yoan?
I want to say that I went that way and I heard. It seems like I entered this zone where I heard lots of screaming voices and such.
Ah, yes. I'm sorry about that. That is, uh, well, that's my curse.
What, you scream like a girl?
Suffice it to say, I angered some of the powers around here, and they saw fit to place a curse on me that understandably is a bit off-putting for those that don't already know my character.
Hey, you and I have something in common. We pissed off some people around here now, and if we're not paying attention, they sneak up on us and cast some stupid spell on us.
Indeed, and we wouldn't want that. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be sneaking up on anyone anytime soon.
Does it follow you around, or how does it work?
It does. Anyone within approximately 10 feet of me can hear it.
Can you hear it?
I want to get up and move closer to the group.
Okay.
So he's more than 10 feet away from us now?
Yeah, once you've kind of established conversation, he almost instinctively kind of backs up just enough to kind of let you out of that range.
Okay.
I want to say to him in his mind again, I'm curious about this curse. May I take a closer look?
How so?
I have a spell I could use on you. It would take a bit of time, about 10 minutes.
And it would remove this curse?
It would, at the very least, identify it. So we can go from there.
Well, I see no reason why not.
I walk up to him and I start casting Identify as a ritual.
Okay.
I want to use it on him.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
I get within 10 feet of him as well.
Okay. Yeah, and anyone who breaches that 10-foot radius, you just immediately hear like dozens, if not over 100 voices screaming bloody murder.
Reminds me of when I was hearing all the voices when I was trying to commune with Cthulhu.
Yeah, kind of.
And actually, I don't think I can use this. It says you choose one object that you must touch.
Huh?
For
No,
Identify.
if you scroll down, it says if instead you touch a creature through the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm going to get probably right on the border, and I'm going to cast my tiny hut as a ritual.
Okay.
And I want to see if I can block the screaming out.
Interesting. Okay, let me take a look at this real quick.
Spells can't go in or out. I think the ethereal plane is the only way we can get through it.
Now I need to cross-reference something.
Sorry.
Alright.
These are the real questions.
Okay. So, yeah, as you... well, the Identify spell and then the Hut spell, I'm assuming... Wait, is Ron casting the Hut as a ritual?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, those two things wrap up around the same time. Is there anything that anyone would like to do, in the meantime besides that?
I just want to get information about the little girl and stuff and how she got lost.
Okay.
And I guess other information that can help us find her.
Fair enough. One second on opening something else up here.
Nope, I will not be patient.
We have broken the canon of the game.
If he's allowing it, the way I'm touching him, I want to be behind him and have my hand on, like, the middle of his back. If he doesn't allow me to be behind him, I'll just put my hand on his shoulder.
I mean, he's certainly, like, kind of hesitant, like, visibly not comfortable necessarily being manhandled, but he probably doesn't know everything that goes into the spell either. So if you gotta touch his back, then you gotta touch his back, right?
Right.
All right. So as Yoan is asking about Arabelle and all of this, you learn that she is the daughter of one of the higher ups in the Vallaki Vistani encampment, a man by the name of Luvash. And general description: white skin, raven black hair, seems to be a theme around these parts. Yeah, that's really about it. I mean, probably some other anecdotal stuff, but yeah. So then, as far as the spells being cast, Melkar, you don't get the impression that he's currently under any spell effects, and Ron, as you kind of reach a little closer toward the edges of the hut and kind of overlap into that 10-foot radius, you do still hear the screaming.
Huh.
Does a curse not count as a spell?
Huh. As soon as I realize that, I'll just step out of the bubble and it pops, and I'll say, well, it's not a spell, that's for sure. My bubble here pops, or will stop any spell. So, and I look back towards Rictavio and I say, Rictavio, do you know of anything that stops a curse? I've seen you do a few things before.
There are certainly things that particularly holy men can do to counteract curses, but, well, I would need to know more about the nature of who or what placed this curse on him. He kind of squints his eyes and, gives the elf a kind of once over, just looking. And the elf is just kind of standing there, taking all of this in, trying to, keep up with conversation. So he's kind of looking around at all of you, like, so what's next?
Do I know whether or not a curse is not considered a spell?
I would say, given your background and stuff, you'd be aware of the fact that some curses can be based in spells and others may not be.
Do you know who or what did this to you?
I have my suspicions, but I do not know for certain.
Well, from what my spell tells me, you're not being afflicted by any spells. I was not exactly sure what it is.
Well, it just fell upon me one day and has persisted since then.
What was the last thing you remember that you've done before it happened?
He thinks back and he says, well, there was an incident in which one of the women of my camp had an encounter with Strad von Zarovich. You've undoubtedly heard his name traveling these parts, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, suffice it to say, the fallout from that incident was disastrous for my people. And I am, in fact, quite lucky to even be alive.
Wait, so he did this to you?
He didn't stand over me and mutter some incantation, but this is his realm.
This may sound like a weird question, but have you ever bought a dream pastry?
I have not. What is a dream pastry?
Oh, those are delicious.
They're pastries that you should avoid.
Understood.
I'm gonna agree with Ron. They're pretty delicious.
Yeah, but also hags make them out of little children.
No skin off
You
my
see an
nose.
eyebrow raise and says, "There aren't any hags about these parts, are there?"
Funny story about that. That's what we pissed off.
I'm not part of that.
We tried to stop them,
We
eating
burnt down their
little children.
we burnt down their windmill.
Oh, that was your doing.
Yep.
Hags, you say? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, well, we were surprised too.
So, what happened to you in response to that attack? Were you cursed as well? What?
Our
They
sleep
were-
is not as peaceful as we would like it. They can curse us. Luckily, we have a way of or maybe it's a spell. We have a way of healing ourselves. However, we have to do that constantly once they recast it.
Oh, it would seem we all have our own lack of peace. So I'm sorry to change the subject, but are you able to help me in my search for the girl?
Sure.
Then we should probably be off soon. I'd prefer to find some manner of shelter before night falls.
I'm still standing behind him, just rubbing his back with the same hand I was using the spell with.
Okay. Eventually, there's kind of a weird glance back in your direction as he kind of hesitantly steps away and gathers his things. And so, let's see, yeah, I have you guys all on the map here. So, by the looks of things, it would seem that the tracks he's referring to lead into that section of woods.
Slightly to the west.
Mm-hmm. Into what section of woods? I'm sorry. Gotcha.
We can go
So, go ahead.
I was just saying we can go in and look. I can summon some help if you want.
I look over, kind of concerned at Malkar. Is it the same help that you summoned back in the back at Argynvastholt?
I could summon several different forms of help. That's one of them.
Well, you could summon the second guy. I liked him. He was pretty funny. Except he did ruin my pants.
Well, I can summon some dogs that can sniff out if you have anything of hers.
I can summon Rictavio, and I point back towards the wagon.
Again, you get kind of a weird look at that.
Oh, don't worry, he's harmless.
I am going to cast one second, I'm looking at my spells. Cast Conjure Animal and conjure. What level are Mastiffs? Challenge rating of an 8th.
Some like 30 mastiffs.
How much do I get? I can make.
I thought it was like 3 or 2 or something.
2.
So at 1/8, it'd be like 16.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I can only do up to 8 beasts.
Okay.
So I want to summon 8 Mastiffs and send them out in various directions sniffing for her. I asked the guy if he has anything of hers that they can use to get her sent.
Okay. Let's see. He rifles through his bag and produces like a little scrap of cloth, like not even large enough to tell what it might have at one point been part of. But he presents it to you, like, kind of delicately, carefully, and says, I found this snagged on a branch probably a mile or so back.
I let each of my Mastiffs smell it.
Okay.
Ron would like to squeal with joy. Ron would like to squeal with joy seeing 8 mastiffs and go over and start scratching
Ron would like
one.
to speak into his microphone.
Really?
Still cutting out.
It's a mute/unmute thing. If I mute my mic and then unmute it, it screws up.
God.
But I would like to squeal with joy upon seeing 8 mastiffs and run over and start scratching the nearest one behind the ears and essentially distracting it from whatever its job was doing.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, all of the other mastiffs immediately, like they swarm over, and as each of them gets a whiff of the fabric, they all do head off in the direction of the woods, seemingly traveling, kind of noses to the ground, having found something.
They have or haven't?
They have found something.
Okay. What have they found?
Well, I mean, they've found a path. I'm sorry.
Oh,
or
okay.
A trail.
Okay. I'd be like, well, we should go that way. So.
I just say to the group, if by some chance they don't find them, I think I have something that might.
And I'm just going to accept that Ron is just going to pet one of my mastiffs. So
Can I look for a stick on the ground to throw for the mastiff?
Sure. It's easy enough to find a stick.
Okay. And I'm like, come on, boy, go get it, and I'll throw it.
And this big beast of a dog goes running off, and you just hear a bunch of limbs of like a low bush just crack as it charges through. And eventually comes back.
Alright. It's a good boy.
carrying or not carrying the stick?
I'm carrying the stick, or a stick at least.
It's a good boy, and pet it and say, alright, let's go.
Alright. So then what's being done about the wagon? Are you guys leaving it here, or are you going to try and lug it through the woods kind of at a slower pace?
Is there a clearing big enough to put is there a clearing big enough for the wagon to come off the road?
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of the little clearing where your elf friend had made his campsite.
I'll look at Rictavio and say, do you want to leave, should we leave the horses here, or the horse here with the wagon?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that, well, I know for a fact that if any creature from the woods comes out looking for a meal, the horse will be quite an easy target.
I can stay out here with the wagon.
Welcome to the Melkar Sits on the Wagon show. That's all he does.
Um,
Drive the wagon.
is the horse your main concern? Would you be okay
Well,
with
I'd
leaving the
prefer
wagon?
not. He doesn't seem thrilled with leaving either of them, but says, well, I certainly don't want to lose another horse.
I mean, we can try bringing the wagon with us. It'll just be very slow going.
Upon hearing that,
Maybe.
I'm gonna say I got an idea. I'm gonna walk over to the horse and put my hand on it, and I would like to cast Polymorph on the horse. And can I turn it into Winter Splinter?
Has to be a beast.
Oh,
Yeah, so not so much.
damn. I was hoping.
True polymorph would have allowed you to do that.
Oh, is
Okay.
that what it is?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
Never mind.
we
then.
can have some of us go ahead and some of us follow behind more slowly with the wagon.
I suppose that's a reasonable compromise.
We will mark the paths.
Very good. Well then, what are the groups to be?
Well, I need to be in the lead with my mastiffs, so
And
Yeah,
I
I
suppose
got
it's
this
only
one.
fair that I stay with my wagon.
I've got this Mastiff, so I got to go with Yoan.
I'll go in the lead group as well.
All right.
Malkar, you want to stay with the wagon?
Wagon's coming in just behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can stay on. And then, yeah, it could be a good watch on it because I'm sure it's darker in the woods. I can see.
Yeah, I'll turn towards the Dusk Elf and say, then you should also be in the lead group.
That seems fair. So, are you guys pushing on?
Yep.
Okay. So you keep going. The mastiffs leading you on through quite a bit of dense, overgrown woods. This is really the first time you've made any substantial journey off the roads, barring the small paths and things that led you around the area of the winery. And the plant life here is, while it's not animated and physically throwing itself in front of you or clawing at you, it might as well be. It's dense, thorny, just difficult to maneuver in all around. And travel with the wagon is excruciatingly slow. So you press on for half an hour, 45 minutes. The mastiffs all leading you on, even still. And then they kind of pause for a moment as though they've lost the scent. And then you kind of get the impression that maybe they haven't lost the scent so much as they've found something else new and interesting. Some of them are pushing on one way, and a few others are kind of continuing off in another direction.
What time of the day is it?
Let's see. So you guys, trying to remember the timeline of events here. So you fought the scarecrows, and then you took a long rest. Then you fought the scarecrows. Then you went in and talked to the guy in Argynvostholt. So it's getting kind of later in the day. At this point, probably 5-ish.
Okay.
So, kind of early dusky hours, not dark by any means, but you'll be up against that pretty soon if you keep going.
Like an hour or two left of light.
Right, and you're about 45 minutes into the woods as things stand right now.
Oh boy.
Should we stop for tonight here or keep going? I ask the Dusk Elf.
He says, well, I prefer to find some sort of shelter before darkness falls entirely, but, well, I'm, to be quite honest, not even sure how far into the woods we are at this point.
Do you know what type of shelter might be out this far?
I have my hut.
I do have his hut.
I can cover everything but the horse.
That certainly seems like something that could work.
We would just have to keep watch out and protect the horse.
You
That's
always
fair.
burn the forest down.
There's always that. Alright. So, are you guys deciding to stop here?
I'm fine to keep going if everyone else wants to.
Is this like a little clearing, or is this just straight
Well,
woods?
I would
all,
say...
all my dogs are just panicking and going every direction.
Well, not every direction. There are two
Well-
distinct directions that they're traveling in, but you kind of don't think that the little girl could have gone two different directions.
Oh, she could have.
I mean, she might have double backed.
Ripped in half.
That's more what I was thinking.
Sorry for, looking on the bright side.
That is the bright side. I mean, what?
Well, I guess we could split the dogs and have a couple go one way, a couple go the other.
Yeah. I want to wait here and tell my dogs to follow each path for, I don't know, like 10-ish minutes, and then come back and see if either of them found anything during that time that might point to where the little girl is being, like a scrap of fabric or,
Okay.
hair, something like that.
Alright. So you send them off to do their thing. And, anything anyone would like to do while you're kind of waiting on this?
I'm just between Eldritch Blast and Prestidigitation, just leaf blowering all the shit in front of the wagon, trying to help them move it faster.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, so you said you want them to go 10 minutes out, so like 10 out, 10 back?
Yeah.
Okay. They do that. And neither one of them comes back with anything physical.
Did they come back with anything else?
No, I mean, they both seem to have followed paths for, the full 10 minutes. Yeah.
Can I, during those 10 minutes, can I cast Speak with Animals as a ritual?
Sure.
Well, during the 20 minutes. Can I spend 10 minutes doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when they get back, I want to ask them what they have saw.
Okay. So let's see. The
I said
ones that would have.
seeing. Oh, sorry.
Okay. So the ones that would have gone to your left come back, and you ask them what they saw and that whole deal, and uh, they just say that they saw more woods. They smell the thing, and then they kind of like look over at wherever you would have stashed the fabric, and then the other ones come back, also having gone 10 minutes out, 10 minutes back, and you ask them what they saw. Still more woods, tracks, smells like dogs.
But you didn't smell this thing. I show them thing. The scrap of fabric.
No, it didn't smell like that. But there were tracks, kind of similar to some that you guys have seen.
Wait,
Were they? And I want them to show me the tracks so I can investigate them.
Okay. Yeah, and kind of looking around, one of the dogs leads you to some kind of canine-looking footprints that have more or less traced the path that you've taken through the woods so far.
So it seems like they are also following the little girl.
Could be.
I will bring this to the intention of the others. Yeah, so it seems like there are at least. How many prints does it look like there is?
Make a survival check.
just curious. How
Hmm?
how is Yoan talking to the animals?
I speak with animals.
Isn't that a concentration spell?
No,
If not,
I don't think so. No?
okay. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
It's
it's
hard to
not.
pin. Okay. It's hard to pinpoint the number of creatures that have left these tracks, but I mean, it's certainly more than one.
Okay. Yeah, I will bring this up saying that there appears to be some form of canines also trying to find this girl. And I'll point out the marks.
I will look around, grab a stick, and look out in that direction. Say, "Here, doggy, doggy, come get the stick," and I'll throw it into the woods.
Isn't it
Okay.
well known that there are wolves in the woods?
Pretty well known, yeah. So, let's see.
I'm
I
just
need
saying
to
that
check something.
we might need to
Right.
keep going if we want to find her alive.
Alright, let's make it quick.
So as you're saying this, around the same time Ron is like throwing the stick into the woods, saying, "Here, doggy, doggy," you see this blur of dark fur come sprinting through the small clearing where you'd stopped to have this conversation. And practically without stopping, it seems to scoop up your dusk elf friend, who is now screaming, and take off into the woods with him.
Can I shoot it with an Eldritch Blast?
Give it a shot.
Can I attack it with Thorn Whip?
Yeah, I'd allow it. I'd say the clearing is probably large enough that it would take a bit of time for the thing to get across. So yeah, go ahead.
How far away from the Dusk Elf am I?
Probably not more than 20 feet.
All right, I'm gonna Misty Step to him, and I would like to dimension door, with him on top of the cart.
Can I, instead of, okay, so when my thorn whip strikes, and I'm assuming I see Ron Misty Step there, instead of pulling him 10 feet closer, can I just pull him so that he doesn't continue moving forward? So that Ron has time to dimension door this guy?
Well, it's a bonus action and action for the two.
Yeah, I'm just...
For outside of a mechanical standpoint, I think she's saying.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's kind of hard to, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Eric knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I getcha. I getcha.
Hold it still while you get the person free.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
To make it easier on you and your checks.
Even though they're not really checks. But anyway.
If you were to have checks.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would say that's a thing you can do. So as the thing blasts out of the woods, Malkar is just ready-ish. Matter of fact, if we're gonna go this far, we probably should roll some initiative, huh?
Okay.
Okay. So let me get some stuff set up here, because this is semi-improvised.
Yay for being slightly prepared.
Yeah.
That first Eldritch Blast did max damage.
Second one wasn't bad either.
Mm-hmm.
I more wanted to stop him than to do damage, so I am perfectly fine with my roll.
I took the stick away from the dog.
Congrats.
Very large stick.
Mm-hmm.
Very large dog.
Indeed. Okay. Initiative, go ahead and roll.
That's a natural.
Big 5.
Yep.
Oh. I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
Here's hoping the dog rolls garbage.
Let's see, I think I got Dane. There we go.
Are Yoan's Mastiffs around still?
They should be. I didn't dismiss them. Has it been, however long it is?
Ooh.
Well, how long have we been hanging out, Eric?
Let's see.
Conjure
wouldn't have been-
animals lasts 1 hour.
Okay, so you're pushing it actually.
Yeah, they should almost be gone.
Yeah, they probably should be gone because I said you traveled 45 minutes into the woods and then you sent them out and back. So I'd say maybe they were just able to kind of get back here and and
Give me information.
and give you some info, but they're probably not here for the fight.
Okay. No more mastiffs.
No more mastiffs.
They
All right.
went up poof.
Mm-hmm.
Minus
Okay.
1 bears.
Okay. So, as this thing has like come running out, and I would say it surprised you guys, but it had a bit of a run up. So, we're just going to take initiative as normal. That's going to bring us to your elf friend first.
You rolled a nat 20? Gosh.
God. Yeah. Okay.
But he doesn't even have a modifier.
What was that, Taylor?
Oh, I was gonna say he looks like the Dick Elf from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah. Elrond?
I don't know. I don't know it enough to know the name.
You should learn it.
I should.
Get good.
I'm sorry, Master.
Let's see. Okay, so actually, as this whole thing happens, and Renan, the elf whose name you did not ask for, but now you know because initiative is Renan. He is going to
Rage.
not so much.
Oh.
He is going to, not having his weapons out or anything. Okay. So, yeah, you see him kind of scramble at his side for something, and you see him produce a small dart and throw it at this thing that is now barreling down on him. Oh, not initiative, though. Wrong click. That was a 23.
All the spells and stuff we did didn't actually take place.
Not yet. Because if we're doing this much stuff, we need to go into actual initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, let's see.
I will just post songs that I am reminded of.
Okay. Yeah, so he throws this dart at the beast that's bearing down on him, and you see it pierce the thing's flesh, though it doesn't look to be doing a ton of damage. That brings us to Yoan. Are you gonna follow through using the whip like you said?
Does it not? It doesn't grab him.
We're playing it as though none of the stuff that you guys rolled happened because there's. To be fair, you should roll initiative instead of just everybody unloads on the thing and it doesn't have a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
So, if you want, you can. You already rolled it, so
Yeah.
we're gonna do that. Okay, so you're gonna do that.
Yep. I want to, I guess, pull it towards Dane.
Okay.
So 5 feet.
What
Can I
kind
do
of
that?
damage is Thorn Whip?
Probably piercing.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's see. That's doesn't matter. So okay, you do that.
It's
You deal
a
it damage.
melee spell attack. Oh, piercing.
Cool.
1d6.
So you do that damage, and you pull it toward Dane. Just like the one diagonal square? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Dane, what would you like to do?
Times.
Nope. Lost you there.
Hit it times with.
Sounds like
Oh.
you're really far away, but did you say hit it 2 times?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot
Can do
better.
that. Yeah. Okay. Sunsword 1 hits. Sunsword 2 hits. Cool. So you're laying into this thing. And the thing like lets out this nasty snarl as you're just cutting through its flesh. All right. Cool. Is that it?
That's it.
Cool. Melkar, what are you doing? Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take those attacks. Total on 28. Oof.
Yeah, I took the new invocation with the level up to where I add my charisma modifier.
Yeah, that's nasty. Okay. All right. Anything else Melkar's doing?
Is the wagon here?
The wagon is like back behind you, kind of in the woods, I would say.
Gonna move a little further.
Okay.
I don't want to get snatched up by that thing.
That's fair.
And that's the end of my turn. Or actually,
Cool.
bonus action to cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay. Cool.
That's it.
Okay, Ron.
So I'm going to redact a couple things. I'm going to
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, and just walk over to, or run over to him. The dog is still focused on him, right?
Yeah, seems to be bearing down on him, even though, like, it got pulled toward Dane, but it's still mostly facing your elf friend.
I'm gonna, run over to him, grab him by the arm, and say, "Come with me if you want to live." And I will cast Dimension Door on him, or not on him, but cast Dimension Door and pull him. We're gonna go on top of the cart.
Okay.
And with a bonus action, I'm gonna look at him and go, "That was fucking cool, wasn't it?" And I would like to inspire him.
All right. We'll say you're actually off map a little bit, but
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to this thing. Cool. So then, it is going to try and for flavor's sake, it just kind of rips free of the little bit of the whip that's still around it, because it's not like an actual grapple or anything. Then it is going to disengage and try to run back into the woods. Doing so, it pretty much just reaches the tree line by the time you guys are going to be able to move again.
I can get a opportunity attack in if it tries to disengage, even if it disengages.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Sentinel
nice.
If he hits it, its movement speed is 0 as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's see.
Smack that bastard.
Okay.
No
All right.
movement speed.
It tries to run.
So that goes back there. And not only do you hit it, but you kill it. So Dane just carves this thing up. You just see like smoke rising up off of its chest as the sun sword is just whoosh, 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 like just nasty blow after nasty blow. Okay. At that point, you hear a number of howls from the woods to your north. Like, at least half a dozen.
We got this.
Okay.
At this point, I'm
Um,
gonna would like to ditch him on the wagon and jump down and rejoin my friends.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
Okay.
I would say none of them are on map just yet, but you know it's coming. So, brings us to Renan, who's going to just kind of stand there on the wagon at the ready. He's not about to go out there and get snatched up again. So Yoan, what are you gonna do?
I know what direction they're coming from, right?
Yeah, it would be north, which is accurate on the map. So
So like up here.
thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. Then I shall want to cast a spell.
You cast Death. Suddenly, another copy of Dane pops out.
And go cast. Sorry, I have too many spells to have them all memorized.
Memorize all of your shit for all of your D&D games.
Yoan looks at Dane and says that. I have too many spells. I don't know them all.
Okay, I'm going to cast Spike Growth. Going to give you a description. I meant that to be a description. It was not.
Very descriptive.
There. So, I'm going to have a 20-foot radius.
Starting where?
Oh,
Give me a dot.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Wait, 1, 2, 4. There. 20-foot radius.
Okay, it has to be like in a space though.
It does?
Mechanically speaking, yes.
Oh.
Wait, where?
Actually, tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab like a little template, and you can just move it where you want it.
Oh, okay, that would be cool.
Look at you having templates and stuff.
Yeah. I jammed my finger today. It shoved the nail in, bleeding a bit. Not the nail bed under my skin. Okay.
The fuck is that? That's a hot mess. Oh.
Now it's a big hot mess.
Yeah, it's 20-foot radius.
So 40 feet wide.
Damn! That's a really big hot mess.
Okay. Can I move it?
I'm about to give you control.
I have control over a Jason Pollock painting. Oops.
Isn't it Jackson?
Oh, Jackson, yeah.
Nope.
Jason Jackson.
Jason now confirmed.
Jason!
No, I don't want it there. Yeah. Let's just set it there.
Okay. Cool. And actually, because it's got like kind of some transparency to it, now that you've showed me where you want it, I'm just gonna put a fucking box there because it's easier to see and work with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Right. Wasn't pushing to talk, but you heard me.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a big ass
Cool.
box.
Yes, it is. Anything else from Yoan?
Nope.
Okay.
And yeah, that last sentence is pretty important.
Indeed. Okay. So, Dane, there's nothing around to murder the shit out of.
Yeah, but Dane, since he saw the spellcast, knows it's hazardous. So.
Yep. Yeah, I don't do anything.
Okay. Malkar?
Well, you can get out your weapons.
Oh.
He already has it
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Since I have the spell sniper feat where I can ignore up to 3/4 cover, am I able to see through the trees to see where the wolves are?
Not yet.
I was hoping I could shoot them. Got a far range. I guess I'll just hold my action until I can see them.
Okay. Ron?
How far away from Malkar am I?
Let's see. If you're off map, let's give it another 20 feet. So we'll say you're 30 feet away. Through the woods, mind you, so it's difficult terrain.
From my vantage point on top of the wagon, can I see anything?
Not really. If anything, it's harder to see from there because you've got more tree limbs in your way.
I'll sigh and just hop down and start running. And I'll dash if I have to get next to Malkar.
Cool. And that's it.
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Cool. So, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, can I bonus action look at Dane and say, "Damn, you chopped the shit out of that thing," and inspire him?
Indeed, you can.
Okay.
And what's your inspiration die? D8.
Let me check because I don't want to get it wrong. It is a D8. Yes.
Cool. All right. So Dane can add 1d8 to most rolls, other than damage, basically.
Yes.
But you can only do it once, so there's that. Okay. Thanks for the addendum there. Cool.
Figured
all
that
right.
would be helpful.
Yeah. So, I need to make some checks.
That's a lot of checks.
There's some You have 3 nat 20s, but no 1s? Come on now. Do they have advantage or disadvantage?
They don't have either. I just always roll both dice because it's easier than having to go and click again.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of wolves.
2 wasted nat 20s though, so that's good.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Most of them do not save. That's nice.
Yeah, most of them don't. Okay. So then that is...
2 of
Yeah,
them do.
okay.
2 of them are smart puppers.
Well, werepuppers.
You don't know if they're werewolves.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay.
They're puppers regardless.
Yep. Puppers are puppers. Do you have our pupper, Eric?
You do.
Okay. The werepuppers.
I just think of them running into this and their feet slowly get ripped off.
They just get shredded.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. That's kind of how it works.
Or puppies.
Okay. And then, yeah. So, what I have to do here?
Darwinism at its finest.
Something like that.
Weed out the stupid ones.
Oof. Okay. So that's a lot of 2d4s.
Yep.
2d6s. Isn't it?
It says
2d4.
2d4.
For every 5
Oh.
feet it moves.
Oh yeah, it's 2d4. I just rolled 2 3s, so I thought it was just d6.
That's gonna suck for those two that are 2 in.
I gotta do 2d4 7 times.
Per 5 feet.
Yeah, it's per 5 feet moved. So that's. And there's 5 in there, but the 2 further in have moved twice.
Bookkeeping. Thank God for digital platforms.
If they move the full 6 squares, 6 times 2d4. Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
If they don't realize it.
Okay, so yeah, they erupt out of the woods, running through this mess of spiky thorns that have sprung up out of the ground. That's about all they've got for the time being. Hmm.
I just think of the screaming you hear next to the Dusk Elf, but it's wolves now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it there. I guess that brings us back to Runnin, who is like scrambling for cover behind the wagon, just trying to get out of sight. Okay.
What a bitch.
He ain't no adventurer. Okay. Yoan, what are you doing?
Do I ever get my Eldritch Blast from the held action?
Yes, you do. Pick any one of the. Well, let's call it the 2 on the front line. You can pick either left or right because they would be the first ones you saw.
I will do one of each.
Okay.
Left, right. Oh,
Oh,
so
that's
close.
nasty.
Okay. So Yoan, what you doing?
So they kind of just moved into that area and stopped after hearing whimpers and stuff, I'm assuming.
Basically, I would have played it as like they exhausted their movement.
Okay.
Yeah, they were bearing down on you like full speed. So, the ones that led the way got the worst of it. The other ones couldn't stop in time, and the other ones are just on the cusp.
I think I will cast Ice Knife on. Oops, I don't have my arrow.
That one?
Guy. Yep.
Okay.
Oh. I'll cast it at level 1.
Damn. Wait, the 2d6 is supposed to be cold damage.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Everything else is right though.
Yeah.
All right, so this group that was in the blast radius either got nat 20s or failed. So let's see. So what? Okay. All right. So you throw the ice knife and it like impacts and just explodes, visibly hitting 3 of the wolves in the radius.
Cool. Which wolves?
Not the ones on the left, basically.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That sounds good.
Okay. Dane, you've got a bunch of sharp thorns and stuff between you and the bad guys, and those things hurt.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at and shoot the one on the left with the crossbow twice.
Okay. Okay.
One closer to
Nice.
me.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you bring up your crossbow and attack. Shoot. Let me check one thing. Okay. So yeah, you let both of those crossbow bolts sail, and they each just thunk like both into the thing's chest, and it does not seem to react at all to those bolts.
Shoot.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
All right, Malkar.
Let's see, what do I have? What's the radius of that? 30 foot?
That'll do her, eh?
Alright. I'm going to cast this. Obviously, it's going to be a little further back. Just because it's a slightly bigger area.
Okay. Let's see. Dim greenish light, 30-foot radius sphere. Holy shit. Okay. Holy shit.
That's fucking huge. That's like this entire map.
That wide.
Yeah. It's
Alright, yeah, put it at, like, right in the middle of those two back ones.
1 second, I'm drawing it out real quick.
that's giving you.
Alright.
Oh, I was gonna give you angles, so you could draw it out.
Something like no one more vertical, right?
What's a sphere?
Yeah, but for in game terms in D&D, that's something you can find in Xanathars. They pretty much just mean use a box.
This needs to go out one more too.
So if you're even partially in it, you're in it.
There you go. So this is the center now. That one needs to go up one more. There you go.
Okay.
That's fucking huge.
Yes, it is. So, where are you putting it?
Right
Just
in the
way
middle.
fucking back.
Right in the middle between the back two. Right there.
About there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's got it centered right there.
Cool. All right, another shit ton of damage about to come in here.
4d10 on the Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Well, no, that's when it starts its turn, isn't it?
In the spell area, first
Yeah.
turn.
Or starts its turn there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as their turn starts, 4d10.
We'll have to make Constitution saving
Right.
throw. Spell DC 16.
Okay.
That will be it.
I should sure fucking hope so. All right, Ron.
This changes everything I was about to do. I'm just gonna scooch on in here a little closer to Dane, and I'm just kind of gonna cross my arms and go, "Yeah, I think that'll do it." And I'll just kind of look at Dane and say, "What do you think?" And I'll just hold my action in case one of them survives. But I'm gonna hold an Eldritch Blast in case one of them survives. But that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Where's exhaustion at in the handbook?
They have disadvantage on saving throws, I believe.
Well, you get 1 tick of exhaustion for every time it hits you.
Oh, I know. But the first one is disadvantage on saving throws. I don't remember what the
I
rest
think like 5 or 6 kills you.
Yeah, but the damage would kill it.
6 kills you, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's make some checks.
All the checks.
All the checks.
That's what happens when you have spellcasters.
All right, and Brown, when you get a second, can you go ahead and roll that 4d10 just for those who fail?
How many times?
Just roll it once, and I'll apply it across the board because that's just a waste of time otherwise.
21.
Okay.
A little
Okay.
over half.
Yeah, pretty much average. Okay. So, let's see. These guys did not do well on their saves.
Woohoo!
By the way, Brown, to answer your question, Brown, exhaustion is on 291. Better?
Yeah.
So far.
Exhaustion is on page 291. There's an exhaustion table.
Okay. So none of them are down to start the turn. We'll see what happens from there, though.
Yeah, disadvantage on ability checks after the first point.
Yeah, so not saving checks.
right. So. Still reading and cross-referencing things. Give me 1 second.
They're also glowing with 5-foot dim light.
Okay. So, those that are still like right on the edge of the thorns are gonna back up. Like, nope. So that's
Another set of damage because they moved another 5 feet in it.
yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
So this is like a fucking nuclear light show going on over here.
Eric is secretly laughing even though you can't hear him.
What
Laughing
about
and hidden.
my nuclear light show?
Yeah. He just doesn't push to talk. Always, so you can't always hear him when he's laughing.
I assumed.
Just assume he's laughing
Yes.
He assumes everyone's laughing.
at him.
Yep.
Okay. So, dash.
Aww. Did you preemptively roll that damage?
Yeah, I just spent a good bit of time rolling damage.
Okay.
That's what this fight is. Eric rolling.
Oh, one died.
Since they are done, can I have my Eldritch Blast?
They're not done yet.
Yeah, they're pretty much done. They dashed.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard him saying. So, there's one that
So,
comes hauling ass around. That's the one I'm hitting.
Okay.
Oh.
Strong 2.
Yep.
Okay.
I look
And
very
actually,
proud of myself.
that second one hits too. So
Oh, sweet.
you're all right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So brings us to Renan, who's, I mean, you assume he's just hiding and cowering like a little bitch because that's what he was doing last time you saw him. Okay. Yoan, what are you doing?
Wondering why my knuckle hurts. Hmm.
I'm curious, with a thorn whip, can you pull things sideways? So, like, you pull it
It's
into the thing?
towards you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just. Yeah. This one in front of me. I'll cast Thorn Whip on it. And I will pull it 5 feet closer to Dane.
Okay. Jeez, these attack rolls tonight.
only I had critted on nat 19s.
Alright.
Anything else?
Nope, sounds good to me.
Okay. So, Dane, having had one of these things just pulled right in front of you, what are you doing?
Hitting him with the sword.
Ooh!
Oh, shit.
You
These
die!
attack rolls today. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you
that second
dig into
one
it.
is max.
Yeah. Okay. So the first attack doesn't kill it.
Okay, I hit it again.
That hits, and that is just enough to kill this thing.
Like a knife through hot butter.
Pretty much. Okay. Anything else from Dane?
Are they able to pass through the dead ones or no?
I would say that the dead ones would constitute like difficult terrain, so it would take them a little longer to traverse that space, but they could still do it.
Okay. I want to move down to here.
Okay. All right.
Line them up and knock them down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also
Okay.
making it so that Ron is not hiding behind you.
Yep.
Eh.
All right, Melkar, what are you doing?
So many things.
So many things.
Do it.
I gotta move my character sheet out of the way. I kind of want to like recast the spell and just move it right on top of him again.
3 will get it.
Yeah. All right. I'll leave him. I'll just Eldritch Blast the 2 that are not in it.
Okay. So I guess top first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Min damage. Well, there we go.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Top and bottom. And yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, that second one you attacked is like barely hanging on. All right, Ron.
Looking around, realizing Dane has stepped out from in front of me, I'm gonna kind of go, yipe! And I'm gonna act like I'm taking a step into this direction, but I'm not. I'm gonna look down and go, oh shit. And then I'm gonna step behind Yoan. And I'll say, don't move. And I'll reach around Yoan and Eldritch Blast this one. Oops. The lower one.
Okay.
The
All right, and that hits and just blows it right off its feet, and it does not get up.
Okay, my second one is going to go to that one then.
Okay. All right, that hits.
And with that, that will end my turn.
Okay.
Here's that for you.
All right.
And they all drop.
If they get hit, speed is reduced by half.
Oh, that's nasty. Well, 2 of them do get hit. All right, so the one that's right on the edge of the zone just keels over.
Think of them just like setting ablaze because it's radiant damage.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So that brings us to the next one. Gonna charge up to Dane, and now one of these things is finally gonna get an attack off.
Watch, he's gonna like nat 1 his attacks.
At 20.
With disadvantage, also a nat 20.
Ooh, that's a 22 to hit.
Ow.
Pretty sure that hits. So you take 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And let's see, then it tries to bite you. 21 to hit. 5 points of slashing damage. Okay. That's it for now from that guy.
Why is one of the wolves a snail?
Because it's slowed. Oh. I could have cutting words their ability check.
It's fine.
Well,
Oh well. I didn't realize that.
too late now.
Yeah, since this one can't do anything besides get in position, and I guess take a rest and just come around. Okay. So that's what you got. Renan is cowering. Yoan, what are you doing?
There's one right in front of me now.
Uh-huh.
How rude.
How dare you exist within 5 feet of me? Here's a vicious mockery for you.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I took that feat. That's pretty exciting.
Do I get an opportunity attack on the one that went by?
Opportunity attacks come when they leave your zone of influence, and since it's still technically adjacent to you, you wouldn't get it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I am going to... What should I do? Oh, that's not helpful. I'll just cast Thorn Whip on it again.
Okay. The close one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yuck. That did not go well.
It takes a bit of damage.
Disadvantage?
It's a melee spell attack, so no.
Yeah. Thorn Whip, as odd as it is, it's a melee spell attack.
That can reach 30 feet.
Yeah.
Because why not?
It's like Vine Whip from Pokemon.
I guess I can see that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's. Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I cast it.
Yep. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That sounds good.
Dane.
I want to carve up the one that bit me.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
Jesus Christ!
Sweet, sweet revenge.
Line him up and knock him down. Damn.
Yeah, you're not fucking kidding. Alright, yeah. Yeah. No,
Does
it's
it die
dead.
on the first hit, or?
No, it doesn't die on the first
Aw.
hit. Okay. Anything else?
I'm good.
Speak softly, carry a big stick, and all that.
Pretty much.
Melkar.
The two that are left alive, how damaged do they look?
The slowed one is like barely holding itself up. The other one looks to be in decent shape.
Uh,
The one right by Ron.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't move to hide behind me, he'd be outside.
Oh no, I have things.
taking the glory. I'm gonna do this. The bottom one.
Okay. All right.
Please fail.
Let's see. That is a natural 20.
Oh, come
Oh,
on. Oh, half damage.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just, step behind.
A valiant effort, to be sure. Okay. Ron, what are you doing?
What size is this creature?
Medium.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me check one thing real quick, because this is a new spell.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'm gonna reach out, grab this werewolf, and I'm going to dimension door with it. Me here, putting it there.
no, you're gonna take damage to yourself.
And then I would like to bonus action Misty Step out of the square. So would that count as me taking like a turn in there or no?
You didn't technically move. You teleported.
Eric,
Yeah. So it says one willing creature.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not. Let's see.
I think it was pretty willing to do that.
Well, just oh, I missed the willing. Okay. Well, fine. I
Fine.
will Misty Step 5 feet away from it, so it does not get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I'm going to turn around and look at it, and cast Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level.
Okay.
So yeah. And it's a Wisdom saving throw.
Let's see. That is 16.
Damn, that is my spell save DC.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay. It takes half.
Yep.
So
Okay.
take 6. And then I'm just gonna turn around and use the rest of my movement to walk away to the cart.
Roll another d6.
Why?
You did it at 2nd level.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
so add
No
another
difference.
0 points of damage.
Yep. Like I said, I will turn and just walk towards the cart.
Okay.
Thoroughly disappointed.
Not even finishing the spell.
Nope.
Nope.
Just don't even care.
Okay. So then that brings us to the werewolves.
They're werewolves.
Indeed.
Lined up for you, Dane.
All right. So a claw attack. I don't think a 7 hits.
Nope.
How about a 16 to hit?
Is mine.
Okay, so that one does hit.
Wait, over my
so-
shoulder, I would like to say. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Over my shoulder, I would like to say, and don't think about hitting that fucking dwarf. I want to cut
All right.
it.
Okay, and you don't even need to roll because it's dead on. Okay, so it snaps at you and misses. Cool. So then the one down across from Yoan is going to attack Yoan.
My AC just got a boost because I'm wearing the shield.
Okay, claw attack. I don't think an 8 hits.
Nope.
And let's see. Why you no roll?
Too much work.
Why you no roll?
It just wants to roll over and die.
Okay, that's a crit.
Oh,
Really?
you guys are getting a lot of crits.
It was just not showing up until it rolled a nat 20.
Anyway, it's not a bad crit though. You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay. So I can use my reaction to make an attack on that creature with Sentinel.
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that was good.
It hits. Okay, it's still alive, but not by much. Cool. So, still cowering. Yoan, what you doing?
Thorn whipping the one in front of me.
Okay. Miss.
Yeah. I was too angry. I missed. That's it. I don't have a lot of stuff I can do for bonus actions.
Alright. You want to hit the one in front of you? Oh, and no.
You try.
You have inspiration.
Okay, how's that work? Exactly.
Can he come back from a nat 1?
Probably not.
Okay.
But yeah, so you swing and whiff on that one. Okay. Is that the same target then?
Yep, same target.
Okay. And so, whoosh, like again, like a hot knife through butter, cut through this thing, and it goes down. All right. That's it.
That's it.
Malkar.
Finish off this snail boy. Or attempt to.
All right, yeah, that first one is enough. It just knocks it off its feet and it just collapses down at the ground. All right.
Woo!
So, with that, we are out of initiative, and you guys are standing in a wooded clearing with a number of dead werewolves.
All of which are glowing. Or at least the ones that failed.
Yeah.
Can I investigate the werewolves to see if there are any sign of where they came from or their humanity or anything on them?
Sure. Go ahead and I guess, like, so specifically, kind of how are you going about this? Because the nature of the check could change.
I'm walking up to one and I guess. I mean, I don't know if they're wearing pants or anything.
Yeah, most of them are wearing like tattered clothing. They're kind of in like a hybrid, man-wolf state.
I mean, their pants, I'd go through their pockets or look in any pockets, look for any necklaces or bracelets or rings. Look at the feet to see what kind of dirt they have on them. See if there's any tattoos showing.
The identifying marks. Okay.
I will put my spell down too.
Okay. You don't just nuke Yowen.
I was going to start with the ones not in the spell,
Yeah.
but I prefer being alive.
Right. Okay. I guess go ahead and make an investigation check. Okay. So yeah, I mean you can find signs that these are certainly transformed humans. Probably easiest to tell by their pants, but yeah. Beyond that, you see signs. Even looking at the woods now, you can kind of see a somewhat worn path. Kind of suggests that they frequent this area. If they're not native to it, they at least spend enough time here that they've got paths worn down. There really aren't any identifying like items or marks on any of these creatures that you think you'd be able to connect to anything.
Okay. And there's nothing in their pockets?
There's probably a bit of assorted loot in their pockets, which I will get to a little later.
Money!
Assorted loot?
Just roll for shit later. Okay. Oh, Ron, as you hop up on the wagon, looking around, you do not see Renan anywhere.
Just nowhere.
Nowhere.
I looked to Octavio. Hey, where's the scared guy?
Last I saw, he was just hiding behind the wagon.
Huh. Well, I guess I'll turn to the group and yell out, "Hey, the elf guy's missing."
Did you look in the wagon?
I open the hatch to the wagon.
You
in there?
There's a saber-toothed tiger corpse. There's a weapons chest and all that other stuff that you piled in there. But there is no elf.
I think we've been had.
Can I look underneath the wagon?
Yeah, he's not there.
I'll hop down off the cart and walk back over. Was this the one that he threw a dart at?
Let's see. Yes. Yes, it is.
Both the spells have been dropped, right?
Yeah.
Mine has.
Okay. I'll walk over and look at that one to see if I can find a dart.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough. You see a dart sticking out of it.
I'll pull it out and look at it. It's just a dart.
Looks like a dart. Is there anything specific that you're looking for about it?
See if it's like poison tipped, or see if it's,
I guess you could call that an investigation check to kind of discern some stuff about it.
All right.
All right. You do notice that there is a kind of sticky liquid on the end of it. I mean, obviously it's been stuck into a werewolf now, but something that seems a bit distinct from werewolf ichor.
I'll walk over to Yoan and say, "Hey, Yoan, what's on this dart?"
Uh,
You're better with that kind of stuff than I am.
can I use the help of my herbalism kit to try and figure out what it is?
Sure.
Okay. What should I roll?
Herbalism kit modified by wisdom.
That's sad.
You're
Wait.
just not doing well with that kind of thing this weekend.
Yeah, a freaking 2.
Yeah, I mean, your best guess is it's probably some kind of poison because it's on the end of a dart, but you don't really have the means to fully discern what it might be.
I'm not really sure.
I
Okay.
go around cutting the canine teeth out of all the werewolves with a dagger.
Sure, go ahead and give me a. Let's see. Let's call it a survival check. This is kind of a survival skill.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're able to get like maybe like call it 4 teeth.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to cast Sending on, whatever the hell his name is. Rin Tin Tin.
Brennan.
Yeah, Renan.
Okay. And what do you say to him?
I'm gonna say, "Hey, where'd you go? We were just having fun with these dogs."
He messages back, "Are they gone?"
I will just shout, "Yes, they're gone!"
You hear crackling up in the trees as you see him kind of slide into view.
Hey, buddy.
Somehow, having found his way about 40, 50 feet up into a massive tree.
Wow, you're really scared of dogs, aren't you?
That kind, yes.
You can come down. I think only one of them actually did anything.
Can I check to see if any of us are, I don't know, going to turn into werewolves?
How would you go about figuring that out?
Did any of us get bit?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you as well?
I believe Yoan also did
Okay.
get one bite.
I didn't remember if it was a claw or a bite.
Yeah,
Can
it was a
I,
bite.
once again, use my herbalism kit to try and just pull out all the saliva and stuff from the bites?
It's a bit of a stretch, but
Is it?
I'd say you could give it a shot. Okay, I mean you clean up the wounds as best you can. Probably no guarantees that everything is entirely removed from the wounds, but you do your best.
Would lesser restoration get rid of, what is it, warism?
Lycanthropy.
Yeah.
It's a disease or something like that.
I think it's a curse.
You could, I guess, make an intelligence check to see what you can remember about. Well, let's see. I guess.
I mean, I'm assuming lycanthropy is not magic, so.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what would make the most sense here because you draw your spells from nature, so there's that. I'd say make either a nature or a history check.
Nature or history. Mysteries for nature 7. Let's do nature. Well, that's a nat 4.
Yeah, I mean, you can't quite remember the terms in which lycanthropy is, like, technically discussed.
I ask the general people around me.
I'll look up, hey, Scaredy Boy, what do you know about these wolves down here?
I know they're dangerous and they eat people.
Yeah, but they also wear pants.
He just looks at you like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I thought you knew.
What'd you say, Brown?
Can I make a history check?
Yeah, and this is probably going to be the last history check for this kind of thing, so if anybody's, is anybody else racking their brain on this kind of thing?
I really don't know.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fuzzy. Like, you know that it's a thing, that it's real, and it's not just mythology, but the combination of what you've heard through, like, the equivalent of urban legends and that kind of thing, and the truth, it's all kind of mixed up in your head, and so it's hard to remember exactly what you're dealing with, if anything.
I want to snap my fingers and go, hey, wait, Rictavio, you're used to this kind of shit, aren't you?
I've fought a creature or two in my time like this, yes.
Do you know anything about him?
You'd probably be able to make this check with advantage at the very least.
Cool.
With advantage, that's a 12.
Oh,
Gosh, we all suck at this.
Some monster hunter you are. God.
Don't make me use sending to phone a friend.
oh well, I didn't get bit.
Not my problem.
I didn't even get hit, so. I'll look over and say, well, do what you need to do, but I don't know. Stay away from me, though. I don't want to be... Actually, if you turn into a werewolf, come find me. I'll just sit down and go back to writing song lyrics.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up on top of the wagon and lay next to Ron.
Okay.
I guess we'll stop here for tonight.
Yeah, we killed pretty much everything in the vicinity. We should be fine.
Well, hopefully the little girl is still alive.
We can go searching for like 20 more minutes or so.
It's up to you guys.
What's her name?
Arabelle?
Ask Ron to use thaumaturgy to try yelling really loudly her name.
I don't have thaumaturgy.
Oh, I do.
No. Well, then I ask Melkar.
I cast thaumaturgy on Yoan.
I yell her name really loudly.
Okay, so this, like, low rumbling voice just echoes through the woods, startling a number of the birds, just flap up out of the trees and away. And the sound kind of decays gradually, and you're left in relative silence once again out in the woods. No
Oh.
evident response.
I look at Yoan and say, "Hey, Yoan, what type of animal would be good for finding her, like a bird?"
A bird?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like a hawk or an eagle, something with good eyesight.
All right. I touch my chest, cast polymorph on myself, turn into an eagle, and fly away. I will fly off
Indeed.
in the direction that the dogs went.
Okay. Well, which dogs?
The ones that, when they came back, Yoan said that they smelled a thing.
Okay.
It was the left path.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. So you fly off kind of in that general direction. It's hard to see like any real path from this vantage point up here.
Yeah.
But I mean, you continue on for probably about another, probably between half a mile, quarter mile, something like that. And you come across a road. It seems to lead north and south. Just on the other side of the road, there are some more forest. And go ahead and make a history check for me.
All right.
Okay. And beyond those woods, you can even recognize the outskirts of the Wizard of Wine's winery.
How's that looking?
Well, you don't see a writhing mass of blights anywhere, so there's that.
Okay.
It would seem that there hasn't been any like recurring threat that you can see.
So is this road that I see, is that the same road we came off of?
The road that you see is actually the next one over to the west that leads down into like a mountain pass type region that you guys have not explored yet.
And you said it's about a quarter mile away?
Yeah, probably like, call it a third, kind of between half and a quarter away from your current location.
Alright, I'm going to do a couple barrel rolls, couple flips, because this is the first time I've ever actually been flying. I mean, I've taken drugs before that have let me feel like I'm flying, but this is pretty cool. After I have about 5-10 minutes of fun, I'll fly back down and land right in front of Yoan and just just squawked it like an annoying ass bird at him.
I'm assuming I probably know it's him. So I just stare back at him.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen a whole lot of birds around Barovia besides ravens, so...
I'm just watching him squawk at me.
If you ever have seen a bird shrug, you have now. And realizing that Yoan doesn't want to talk to me, I'll just fly back up and kind of fly around and just, I don't know, enjoy myself for the rest of my time.
Okay.
Oh. When he does that, can I also turn myself into an eagle?
Sure.
I can fly right now, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Did you do that while I'm still there?
Yeah. I'll just turn into a giant eagle.
I cock my head both ways and, as a bird does, hop around and squawk at Yoan. Do you understand me?
I mean, I should, I'm assuming.
I would say yes.
Well, I squawk back yes.
I'll say, well, follow me. I got something to show you. And I'll take off and fly and show Yoan the road. Should basically show Yoan what I found.
Yeah, so you fly another, third of a mile out or so, see this north and south road leading down into a mountain pass, and just over the woods on the other side of the road, you can just make out the edge of the Wizard of Wines.
We're pretty close to that then.
Yep.
The altitude certainly helps, but yeah, you're probably, once you reach the road, not much more than a mile off of the property.
I wonder if they found the child. Or isn't where the hags were also close to this place? I wonder if they returned.
They were at the windmill.
Yeah, the hags were at the windmill, which is like the other side of Vallaki.
Oh, okay.
Are we moving, like, is there too much air for us to communicate in the air?
Barovia is not a super windy place, so I would say it's probably still enough that you'd be able to communicate.
Alright, I'll turn to Yoan and say, so what do you think we should do? Anywhere else you want to look as I'm flapping?
I mean, if she's not on the road, we can't see her, we're probably, I don't know, not gonna find her tonight.
Should we make our way to the road? and then make
Sure.
camp?
Oh, I don't know how much safer the road is. I guess let's ask Rick Tavio, because he is the most experienced camping out here.
Okay. And I'll start flying back, and Yoan sees me doing barrel rolls and flips and everything a bird really shouldn't do, but really have enough ball with myself.
Okay.
I'm just waiting to watch him fall.
I do
course.
like a nosedive straight towards the ground, and just before I hit the ground, I'll like flap, and then land.
Okay.
And that's
I rush down, trying to make sure he doesn't kill himself.
Fair enough.
But once I touch down, I'll drop concentration, so I turn back into a human.
Okay.
And I'll look at everybody and say, well, about a third of a mile that way, and I'll point towards like the woods. There's a road, and then probably about a mile in is the winery. And I think that was the direction Yoan's dogs were talking about. But should we make camp here, or should we try to head out there? I know we could be safe at the winery, or at least somewhat safe.
Rictavio chimes in and says, if we are where I think we are, we should at least forge ahead to the road. It should be considerably safer than trying to spend the night out in the woods.
I look
Knowing-
up to Yoan and I say, I told you! Just point at the bird.
I shrug.
As a bird?
Yep.
Bird shrugs. Okay.
So sorry, Octavio, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
He says, knowing how close we are to the other edge of the forest, we may as well just continue on and, well, improve the chances of our horse surviving the night.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll look over at Dane and Malkar. So did you guys check the pockets of all these things?
I believe Yoan already did.
He did.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I got these, and I show him the teeth I got.
Hey, there you go. What are you gonna do with those? Make a necklace?
Maybe sell them.
Ah. Sounds good. Probably should head out. It's getting late.
Alright.
All right.
I'm going to stay as an eagle and fly up looking for trouble.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Does that uses the bird's perception, right?
Interesting. It would probably. I think it would use your wisdom modifier, but if the bird gets any bonuses like other than that, I would give
Advantage.
you that.
Oh yeah, it has advantage.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and make a check with advantage.
Hey,
Yeah, there's a good roll. Okay. Yeah, you don't see any potential issues or anything over the last little stretch of the party's path, and maybe you're actually able to kind of guide them toward the less densely forested areas to maybe expedite things a bit.
cool.
I just realized Ron got infinitely smarter as a hawk. Or wiser, rather.
Okay. Yeah. So after not too long, probably half hour or so, you can kind of see the trees beginning to give way to the roadside. And after a couple more minutes of walking, you do emerge on the other side, finding a road. And off to your left, you can see the foothills of one of the mountains of Barovia off to the south. And other than that, it's just trees as far as the eyes can see as the road kind of bends out of sight.
Approximately what time is it?
At this point, it's probably getting close to like 6.
I'll look over at Octavio and say, do you think we have enough time to make it to the winery? I could use a drink. And I'm sure we'd be safer there.
We'd be flirting with nightfall a bit, but it would probably be the safer choice.
I wave to Yoan the bird and gesture for Yoan the bird to come down.
Yoan the bird comes down.
Okay.
Does the bird understand speech? Or, do you understand speech as the bird?
Understands Common and Auran, which I believe is like air elemental.
Okay, so I can talk to you and you will understand.
Yeah.
I'll say, we're going to try to make it to the winery. Can you direct us to the quickest and easiest path through the woods to the winery?
I do an eagle nod.
Eagle nod. Okay.
And I'll say, all right. And I'll say, okay, Octavio, I'll tell you which way to go. Follow the road, and I'll watch Yoan.
So to clarify, are you guys talking about going through the woods or following the road?
I'm having Yoan look for a clear pass between the trees, basically the way we took originally.
Like
I mean,
when
you
you
could
when
also
you
just
first
follow
went to
the
the
road.
winery?
What was that?
When you first went to the winery, is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about the path that you just kind of got off of a second ago?
No, I'm basically having Yoan fly overhead and see if he can see any pathways through the woods to get to the winery.
Because you are on the road, so.
Yeah. Just see if there's any, whatever the closest distance is for us to get through the woods to the winery, the easiest, I guess.
Easiest would definitely be the road.
Okay. Then we'll just follow the road.
Okay. Yeah, and it's not long at all. Probably within an hour or so, you guys make your way up the road, and you meet up once again with the kind of main highway that goes through Barovia, the Old
Yeah.
Svalak Road.
Yeah, at some point I would have landed and no longer have been a bird.
Okay. And you follow a familiar stretch, diverting just before crossing the bridge over the Raven River, and along a somewhat crudely fashioned path, but still considerably more open than when you first traversed it, and when it was overgrown with the results of the Gulthias tree and the corruption that had kind of spread around here. And having traversed another 4 miles or so, all told, you breach the tree line and find yourselves in the rolling vineyards of the Wizard of Wines.
All right. I guess I will hop off the cart and walk up to, like, is the winery is just in front of us, right?
Yeah, so like as you're coming out of the woods, it's still, across the vineyards, it's probably another half mile just because they have so much land. But yeah, it's not. It's certainly right there, easy enough to see.
All right. I'll kind of walk up a little bit ahead of the cart and see if I see Davian or any of the other Mardukov family.
Okay.
And try to get their attention.
Yeah, so you make your approach and kind of looking around. You don't see anyone out here right now. I mean, it is getting close to nightfall, so I mean, you probably wouldn't want to be out in the dark in Barovia, so it stands to reason maybe they don't want to either.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door and say, Davian, or really any Mardukovs, it's me, Ron.
All right. There's kind of a long pause, but you do hear footfalls coming toward the door.
I'll take a step back, just like, is there a window next to the door?
Reasonably close.
Alright, I'll take a step back so that they can, like, see me standing there.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so then you hear these footfalls coming across the house, and there's kind of a squeak as the door comes unlatched and swings open. And standing there, you see Danica.
Oh. Danica, hi.
Hello. What are you doing here?
Just kind of, like, awkwardly point back behind me at the cart. I'll say that I have friends. We're in the area. Thought we might stop by and say hi and possibly stay here the night.
And I asked her if she saw a missing girl. Well, saw a lost girl who was missing.
All right. So I imagine she kind of answers Ron's line of questioning first, like, oh well, seems my work follows me everywhere. I'll have to ask the family, but I imagine it would be fine if I played innkeeper one more time.
Well, what do you mean one more time? What happened to the inn?
Things in Vallaki have gotten a bit out of hand.
I kind of glance nervously back at the cart and I say, yeah, I know of a few people that have done things.
I ask what's happened.
Well, the Strahd faithful have all but ousted the old regime. The Burgomaster's family was publicly executed. And, well,
Why were they executed?
at the behest of Lady Voctor. She's always been one of Strahd's most enthusiastic lackeys.
So she's in charge now.
Yes, she staged she staged a coup at exactly the right time as everything was kind of falling apart. I mean, it was no secret that she had been vying for power for quite some time. And as soon as the burgomaster was found out to be dead, she seized the opportunity and, with it, control of the town.
Well, do you happen to have a place we can put the horse that we can, so where it will be safe and then we can all talk together? There are some things I
course.
want to ask.
Of course, just pull your wagon into the warehouse.
I assume we know where that is.
Yeah, you do. It's where you fought off the crazy druid with the staff.
Okay. I'll show Rictavio where that is.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way over to that and kind of stable the horse and take a minute to unwind after a busy travel day. And yeah, what's next?
Well, I want to talk to Danica, and I would like to also talk to Rictavio.
Okay. It occurs to me that I never answered Yoan's line of questioning about whether she's seen a little girl, and Danica has not seen any little girls about. So there's that.
Okay.
So, as everyone kind of congregates in the homestead at Wizard of Wines here, I think it might be a good time to call it, just because there's going to be a good bit of kind of uninterrupted RP stuff going on, and it kind of sucked to call it right at 10.
Okay.
So, cool.